Hello, it's nice to be back on your sports business show. Yeah, Boss Sports Business Show, Sports Exchange. My name is Gide Olaniro. Of course, great to be back, like fine wine. Yes, on the show today, we will be looking at how to pull the deals, yes, in sports business. And of course, we've got some other interesting stories for you that we are tracking at this time as far as sports business is concerned. If you're ready to go with me, let's start the business now. I'll be back after this time out.
Fantastically finished.
Welcome back. And we start with the news. The most valuable Nigerian table tennis player, Quadri Aruna, has broken his own record to achieve a new feat in the world ranking after the Nigeria hit the 11th spot in the February 2022 ITTF World Rating. After his quarterfinal finish at the 2021 World Championships in Houston, United States, Aruna rose to the 14th in the world ranking to become the first African in history to reach that height. However, the former African champion raised the bar for African players with the new ranking as the first athlete from the continent to hit 11 spots in the world ranking. Having started 2022 as the 14th best player in the world, but after gaining 3 steps up in the ranking, Aruna now occupies 11th place. According to the new rating, Aruna's feat was made possible following his exploit in 2021, as the latest ranking made use of performance in 2021 for the latest rating. An excited Aruna admitted that the feat means more hard work for him on the table. All right, we'll still go on. Integral, a 360 sports business agency, has announced the official launch of Integral Football, a 360 football management agency for developing youth and elite soccer players. The company, with corporate offices in Nigeria, Ghana, UK, Canada, and Poland, has a dedicated team of professionals, including scouts, coaches, lawyers, intermediaries, and administrators that are fit for purpose in the sport ecosystem. Their focus, according to a statement from their digital platform, is to build careers of athletes through a purposeful approach centered on the client's needs. The International Table Tennis Federation has listed ValueJet's Lagos Para Table Tennis Open among the Factor 20 events in its 2022 calendar. ValueJet's Lagos Para Open is the second para tournament to be staged in Africa in 2022 after Egypt Open, and it has joined the growing list of elite para tournaments to be sanctioned as a ranking and evaluation event for top players across the globe by the World Table Tennis ruling body. According to Pablo Perez, ITTF head of para, the decision to sanction and list ValueJet's Lagos Para Open was based on the evaluation of the ITTF team coupled with the experience of Nigeria in staging a world title event considered as an end-of-the-year tournament. The 2022 edition of the tournament will hold December 15 to 17 at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall of Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos, Nigeria. And we move on to basketball now. Basketball icon LeBron James and cryptocurrency platform Crypto.com have signed a multi-year partnership focusing on the decentralized Web3 initiative. The tie-up with the National Basketball Association NBA star will aim to give students and families connected to the LeBron James Family Foundation's I Promise program access to the tools and educational resources needed to succeed in Web3 initiatives. Built by Crypto.com as the future of the Internet, Web3 is based on blockchain certification, incorporating concepts such as decentralization and token-based economics. The concept wants to deliver a more fair and equitable Internet that is owned by builders, creators, and users. And finally, still on sports business now, Nike has suspended its relationship with Manchester United Mason Greenwood after he was arrested on allegation of rape and abuse. Greenwood was suspended by Manchester United after several graphic images and audio clips surfaced on social media that showed injuries he allegedly inflicted on his girlfriend and audio of him allegedly assaulting her. He was then arrested by the Greater Manchester Police. Greenwood is under contract with Manchester United through 2025. He has scored 6 goals so far this season. The club has also suspended him and issued a statement that it won't provide any legal support to him. And finally, English soccer governing body, English FA, has announced there will be a significant increase in prize money for the Women's FA Cup next season after criticism of the disparity in financial rewards with the men's competition. The prize money for winning this season's Men's FA Cup, that is UK £1.8 million, with £900,000 for the runners-up. For the women's competition, the winner gets £25,000 and the runner-up just £15,000. Victoria sides in the 4th round of the Thames men's competition will receive £90,000. The figure is £2,000 for the women's team, with losing sides getting £500. Chelsea manager Eman Ayres, whose side were the 2020-21 winners, was this week quoted by a number of national newspapers as saying the disparity was completely unacceptable. And that's it for the news. We'll go on a break, and when we return, we'll hit the dugout segment. Don't go away.
Fantastically finished.
Yes, welcome back. It's still Sport Exchange, and we are right now at the dugout segment. Yes, Chris Nathaniel launched his management career at a very young age from a small office in Acton. Chris met with both Tony Blair and Gordon Brown to advise on youth issues, along with Rio Ferdinand, whose concern for young people took him to Nigeria in 2008. In July 2011, Chris brokered a multi-million deal with Ashley Cole and Jay-Z to set up a number of entertainment ventures. His first major deal was to secure a 7-figure commercial deal for Chelsea and England defender John Terry. He then negotiated a massive deal for Manchester United centre-back and England captain Rio Ferdinand, who became Nathaniel's business partner and client. Chris also negotiated a number of commercial deals for world record sprinter Usain Bolt. In 2010, Chris was named as a new entrant onto the Times Sports Power 100. And the CEO of NVA Entertainment, Sports and Entertainment Group, is my guest on the dugout segment today. Chris Nathaniel, sports entrepreneur par excellence. Thanks for joining me all the way from UK. Thank you very much.
How you doing, Jide? Nice to be with you.
Yeah. Chris, we will be talking about, we are focusing on sports business and pulling the deals. At a very young age, you found yourself that in this business, in this terrain. What was it like for you? How did you get to this particular business, talking about sports business?
It's not been an easy journey. I started in the commercial area of football, as you rightly said. My first ever client was John Terry. And then I went on to representing Rio Ferdinand, and it's been a tough business. My first ever transfer deal was with Robinho when he came to Manchester City, and I've done transfer deals for Wilfred Boney, Stephen Nzonzi, and many other top football players. I've worked with Obafemi Martins, for example. So yes, it's been a journey. It's been hard work. never easy to put a deal together. There's lots of things that you've got to have going your way, a bit of luck, a bit of tenacity, and also a bit of smartness as well to make a deal happen. So it's been it's been a journey, but I enjoy it. I love it. I'm passionate about sports and entertainment, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
All right, in 2008, you came back. You came to Nigeria with Rio Ferdinand, and the mission was about to work with young people, see them do something constructive. From then till now, what has been the signs of improvement? What are the metrics to measure how successful that journey to Nigeria was with Rio there?
Yeah, it was a successful journey, and Nigeria being the birth of my parents is something that's close to my heart, and so I'm always looking to do positive things in Nigeria. And so, yeah, Rio's trip was great. We enjoyed it. It was a fantastic time that we had spent there, and we worked closely with the then governor Fashola. And the aim was to get young people into sports, and because sport, as you know, it's a big business, and if you can nurture them young and give them the right guidance early, then you can create some real superstars. And I think that Nigerian football needs a lot more development, and Nigerian sport generally. We recently, in fact, last year, we had a delegation actually from the Nigerian Football League, who we brought here to England to meet with Crystal Palace and a few other Premier League clubs, Arsenal, and they also met with some teams in the Championship and League One. And the aim of the trip was for them to understand how the business of sport works here in England, and that was a successful trip. So I'm always looking at ways of helping develop Nigerian football. I'm actually in the process of looking at putting together an academy myself in Nigeria, because the talent is there, as we know. It just needs to be nurtured in the right way and needs to get the right support. So no, I've always enjoyed my work with Nigeria, my trips to Nigeria, and I do regularly visit every year as often as I can. And I think it's not just sport; it's music, it's fashion. There's just so much talent and in Nigeria, and I want to be in a position to help nurture that talent and bring it to the surface and take it to the world, really. So I really encourage more investment into sports and entertainment, because it's a massive industry and one of the biggest industries here in the UK.
Okay. Of course, you were able to, you just open up that you're planning to you're kind to create an academy in Nigeria. And what stage of that particular mission are you now? I know you're on a mission, and of course, how are you going to actualize this? Or should I? Yes, how you are going to actualize this?
Well, we bought the land, so that's stage one, which is always the most tough bit of it all. And now the next stage is to now start building. So we're hoping, because of COVID, that has caused us quite a few issues. So we're hoping that now that things are calming down, that we might be in a position to start building something in the summer. And the aim is to nurture the talent there and bring them into Europe. I have great connections across Europe and across the MLS. So the aim is to train the talent well, give them good education, and then bring them into Europe and help them sort of grow their career. And we hope eventually one day that we can keep them in Nigeria with a good, progressive Nigerian league, where we can, leave talent locally, and build our league. Because there's no reason. The population that we have in Nigeria is massive, so the potential is massive. We just need to have good organization and good investment.
Because one thing you mentioned is networking. You've been able to pull deals, because we're talking about the art of pulling deals in sports business, and that's what you've been able to do. You've done Robinho, Ashley Cole, of course, Bolts, that's using Bolts, and you were able to pull some of those deals. What is the criteria, or what are those things that you need to have for a young person who wants to get into the steering? What do you need to do to begin to attract those kind of A-list athletes, right?
It's a lot of work, hard work and smartness. You have to be dedicated. You have to put the hours in. You have to sacrifice. But if you put the hours in and you work hard, it will come together. It is a very long journey sometimes, and you can get dispirited, but you have to stay strong and stay believing. And then you also need an element of luck to go your way to be able to put these things together. You also have to make sure you do your research, and you also have to make sure that it's a mission that you say, look, I'm not going to fail. And, you know, if you put your mind to anything, then anything is possible. So I would advise any young person out there that wants to get into sports and entertainment businesses, you know, have your mission, know what it is, and just go for it. And don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it, because you can, you know, and all it is dedication, hard work, drive, and never say die.
Chris, at some point you got a mandate of someone from India to actually broker the deal for, should I say, the acquisition of the Blackburn Rovers then. And I wanted, how did he go, you know, at some point? Let me start from there, because actually I will try to link that to how we can begin to, you know, I know you're aware that most clubs, especially professional clubs in Nigeria, are owned by government, how we can begin to get massive investments into all those clubs so that they can be free from the apron strings of government. But let's just say that, take us through how the Blackburn journey at that time, how it went.
I had identified, and I knew quite well, because I knew the then manager, Paul Ince. I knew him really well, and I knew that Sir Jack Walker wanted to sell, the Jack Walker Fund wanted to sell the club. So I, through a banker that I knew at Credit Suisse, he introduced me to a wealthy Indian who was in the cricket business, and he then introduced me to the Venkis, and that's what happened. You know, it was just, it was quite a difficult situation to deal with, because I'd never really closed a club purchase, but it was very interesting. You know, lots of meetings, lots of backbiting, and all the rest of it. But it was a great experience. You know, I had actually, before the Blackburn, I had attempted to buy Newcastle with some Nigerian businessmen that I met through Governor Fashola, but unfortunately that wasn't successful, because Mike Ashley wanted too much money, and that didn't go through. So I'm determined to get an African consortium together one day to buy a football club in England, because I think it would be great profile for Africa. I think it will also be great for young people across the world, black people across the world, to see black people owning a piece of the Premier League. So that's one of my missions, and I have tried to get people to talk to people like Dan Gote, to try and see if I can get them together and buy a football club in England. So that's one of my big ambitions. So I hope one day I can make that happen, because we do need to have a black owner of a Premier League club. We have Arabs, we have Indians, but we don't have any black people. So we need a black owner.
Well, that's massive. I'm with you on this one, and hopefully it can happen very soon. Let's bring it home right now to Nigeria. Like I said, most of the clubs we have, professional clubs we have in Nigeria, are owned by government, run by government. They have majority of the stakes there, and so for someone like you who's done big deals, how do we begin to get Nigerians in diaspora to come, or even back home, to come invest. We need to see, businessmen or women take over those clubs and run them the way it should. What can you do, or what can you get, what can we do to this, Nathaniel? What can we really do about this?
I think from my viewpoint of watching Nigerian football, I think that the Premier League is such a big league. So everybody has a Premier League club that they love. So we need to get people to say, look, what's your favorite Nigerian team as your second team? And then we need to make it very kind of localized from area to area. So, maybe a team in Lagos and, a different team in Abuja. So Lagosians can say, this is a piece of us and we're going to beat the Abuja team and we're going to beat the Port Harcourt team or whatever it might be, and create some sort of rivalry. So market it in the right way, and then that will attract investors to get involved, because at the moment it's difficult to see where the finances will come out for an investor. So I think it starts with the marketing of the league first, and then you can then start to attract would-be investors into those teams. So I think that's what needs to be looked at.
Well, I think this is one conversation we will need to keep going, and of course, because we pressed for time on the show, and this is where we will be dropping the anchor as far as this particular interview is concerned. Chris, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and I hope that when next I call on you, because there's so much thing we need to trash out as far as the sports business is concerned. So I hope that you'll be back very soon if I call on you.
No problem. Pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right. All the best and stay safe. Okay. That was the CEO of NVA Sports and Entertainment Group, Chris Nathaniel, a Nigerian born based in the UK. And we're talking about pulling the deals, giving us his experience in how he's been able to pull some great deals in sports business, especially football. Okay? That's it for this segment, and I think that will be all that we have for you today on the show. Okay? For those who want to give us the feedback, the right feedback on the show, you want to reach out to us and be part of what we're doing with this show, feel free. Sports Exchange at Sports Exchange 24 on Twitter, Sports Exchange 24 on Facebook, and for YouTube, TV360 Nigeria. You subscribe to the channel. Till I come your way next time, Gideon is my name. See you next time.